Lola, I'm cutting this out.
Do not.
Back up from these people's earphones. What? Like, absolutely not. Absolutely
Oh
not.
my god, I want to know what that sounds like.
Terrible. I'm sitting right here and I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm cutting that shit
smash
out.
was amazing. The smash was amazing. So
Goodbye, girl.
Don't play. Anyways, I'm Lola, aka Fun Girl. What's up?
I'm Wayanda, aka Big O. Welcome to Side A the podcast. Happy Wednesday. I'm so over.
Happy Halloween.
You know, happy fucking Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys. She has a costume on. I don't, even though it was my idea.
This is a costume. She's a fortune teller. This is her take on. This is her take on a fortune teller. What's the fortune teller on That's a Raven? It's definitely not that.
It's not that,
girl. She was wearing purple.
Girl, it's not that.
It's not that.
I had the idea to put on costumes for this episode, and then I just... The week just got away from me. I didn't have the time. And you would think, as somebody who wears costumes every year, I would have something to just like pull out and just be like, okay, maybe rewear something. I don't have any of my past costumes.
Did you give them away?
I don't know. I think I did. What I actually wanted to wear was my Elvira dress. Mm-hmm. But then, one, I couldn't find it. Two, you can't do the Elvira dress without the wig.
Yeah.
But I can't put the wig on.
Yeah,
it's not.
The wig takes like knitting and picking.
But also, it's not fitting over my locks.
True. Oh.
Yeah. I didn't have locks when I did that.
Yeah. That's so crazy. Wow, you've had your locks for a while now, though.
I know.
Wow.
But that was 3 years ago, so I didn't have my hair locked yet. But hi, guys. Welcome to today's episode. How have you guys been? How have you been? How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm feeling all right. It's been a cute week.
Has it? Well, first of all, I didn't see you, so I wouldn't know. You weren't here. This is me catching up with you. I haven't seen Lola for a week. Hey, but
I don't know.
What were you doing? Why was it a cute week? What did you get into?
Just, lovey-dovey stuff,
Okay, girl. Love that for you.
Yeah, and it was just a really nice week, and love is a really nice feeling, guys. Like, super cool. Just want to say what's up.
Wow. Love that for you. My week was nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
I was home.
Nothing of the sort. It wasn't. Damn.
I was home. And that's it.
Work.
Yeah.
Something rest. Yeah.
I don't know if
it wasn't giving rest.
It wasn't even giving rest. I mean, I was off Monday, but then I don't know.
love that for you, though.
I'm going to take another day off next week, I swear to God. I'm going to take another day off.
Every week, just...
I'm not going to hold you. Let me not, tell my supervisor's business. But
this is a hypothetical.
She's been taking a day off, every week. And I'm just I stand, bro, because every time I see on the calendar, it's oh, she's out of office. I'm like, you know what, girl? I feel you.
I live, yeah. Because, why aren't 4-day work weeks a thing?
And
that makes a lot of sense.
You know the thing is, though, at my job, we have unlimited PTO, and I feel like I don't use it.
You don't use that.
Aside from when I go away, okay, I'll take but usually I only go away for a long weekend. So you're taking a Monday or a Friday off.
Yeah,
it's not that deep.
4 days.
I feel like I should take more time off. So I might take more time off. Who knows?
Why not?
But I'm just also over working. The concept of working right now is I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
But you know something?
I don't.
And I'm saying this from the point of view of someone who doesn't have that right now. That's a privilege to say that I'm tired of working.
That's fair.
And it's at least you have it,
At least you have a job.
At least you have a job. The job market is crap right now.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
And getting into the workforce.
Yeah.
When
at
you're
this time,
like now, when you just graduated, is so in a recession. Oh, yeah. I'm going through it. And I'm just going to say, I know all you job recruiters, I know it's not your fault, but like, just do better.
Hire me, man.
Hire me. All I'm saying.
Don't worry. When you get a job, we're gonna do a side A
celebration.
Side A celebration. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Balloons.
But you know the thing is, right? Like, and I feel like a lot of people can like relate to this, like that, like post graduation, like job search moment is so. It's so like
grueling.
It's grueling. It's so all consuming because like there's nothing else to do but like look for a job. You know what I mean? And it's just like, ugh. You're just thrown into like
you're gonna send so many applications, and most of them will not respond.
Most of them are not even getting opened. They're not getting looked at. Like,
and that's like
having like a
terrible.
It's weird. Having like a sneak peek into like what recruiting is like. Yeah. Because I'm not even gonna lie. Like, should I say this? Yeah, I can't say that.
Endings and thing. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah. Regardless, it's a
complicated market. It's just all we have to say.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I don't know. If you're looking for a job, if you recently graduated, or you're looking for your next opportunity, or whatever the case is, my heart goes out to you, and just hang in there.
And honestly, if you need the help, like I'll put some resources that I've been using recently. It probably like, we have a link tree.
We do.
Yeah, I'll have like a link tree,
and we can put it in the description box.
I'll put it in the description box, like as well, just so.
And if I have anything as well, I'll.
Let's all help each other. If you have something, hit me up. You know, hey, your girl really needs that.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
We really need it. Please.
I think it's so weird because like I just think about like my first job out of college and like. I don't even know who that was. Yeah. It's like so weird, but I don't even want to get into that. But it's like, it's so weird. I'm thankful I've come a long way, and so I'm able to like look back at it like semi-fondly.
Look back at it. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what? What's on side A for you this week?
I'm sorry.
What the fuck is on side A for you, Lolo? Like, let's just get into it.
What's on side A for me this week is actually another podcast, and it's At Your Service by Dula Peep.
That's true. She does have a podcast.
It's so good, and like she has, other celebrities on. But like just super insightful and like thoughtful conversation. Yeah. And like it's just very well researched and really calming. She has such a calming.
She does have a very calming voice. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like,
what's like the premise of it? Like, does she have like some sort of like wrapper around it? Like, is it like in a specific lane, or is it just like people and experiences?
It's like people and experiences for sure. Like each episode.
Is it similar to like Emrata's podcast?
I don't know.
Because the look and feel of it kind of gives that, but then I haven't actually like listened to the podcast.
I haven't listened to Emrata's podcast actually, but hers is just more so like she will tailor the topic to the person. So like for instance, Ziva's episode was about, like the current comedy scape and like what it's like what informs her comedy and what's even funny anymore. And then Paloma model. Yeah. Her episode was my favorite one, and it was really just about like self and spirituality, and it's like literally because she's a very.
I like Paloma.
I love her. Oh my god! Also a really calming voice, and like that episode, honestly, I was at the gym when I was listening to it, and it was just so. It felt like they were talking to me. Yeah. And I feel like that's what like. You should aim for like in a podcast and like things like that.
Those are my favorite kinds of podcasts.
Yeah, it's just really nice. Even the Troye Sivan episode, and they're friends. So it's like, and she's just really like charming as well. Yeah. And like calming.
Yeah.
So like her guests are just like really feeding off her, and you can tell they really like want to be there.
Yeah.
So like the Choice of Art episode was just really like a treat to like listen to.
You know, that's one thing I do actually kind of miss is having guests.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my old podcast was like very guest heavy. Like I had a guest every single episode. I had like a couple of solo episodes in there.
Yeah.
But I do kind of like miss having guests. I don't think I like necessarily like interviewed people, but like I just loved I loved the feeling of like a new perspective being in the room and like I'll listen to that. I think somebody was talking about like I Said What I Said and how like they were like, oh, there's no other like female led podcasts in Nigeria that's touching I Said What I Said. And in my mind I'm like, there's no other podcast in Nigeria touching I Said What I Said.
Yeah.
Because
let's stop adding female into
everything. It's annoying.
Because if it's a man, you don't say, oh, best male you will just say the best podcast. Like, so I just... Because
truthfully, they do have the best podcast out of Nigeria, hands down. It's just what it is. It's not even a situation.
Even just the community they've built.
It's such an intentional... And like, I saw their thing for their 6th anniversary, and I'm like, they've been doing this for 6 years. And it kind of like, I took it as like a lesson in resilience, because I think nowadays a lot of people want to start podcasts, but they feel like if they don't go viral overnight, it's like a waste of time. Yeah. And like people find it like cringe or embarrassing when you're like pushing a podcast or whatever the case might be, which is... Girl, this is the third podcast in a row that you burped into the microphone.
I'm sorry, I was trying to keep it down. I was really trying to keep it down. I'm sorry.
You are the villain of this episode. I just want you to know, like...
Oh my god.
I don't even remember what I was saying, for goodness sake.
I'm so sorry. This is me in full spooky mood, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know.
It's terrifying, in fact. As I was saying, I feel like people find it cringe when you're trying to like push your content and like, you know, build a community and like, you know, just put yourself out there. But like, it's also a thing about resilience, because it's like they've been doing this content for 6 years. Yeah. So I feel like if you wanted to, and not just podcasts, but if you wanted to start something and like, the idea of putting yourself out there is like cringe. I still cringe about it. Like whenever I'm like watching myself or whenever I'm like posting stuff, it's still like some sort of, it's like feels, because about it, at the end of the day, you're like saying like, hey world, like
validate,
like here, like
here's my
thing. Do you think this is nice and do you think this is cool? But at the end of the day, it's very worth it, because I think that community is so important. And I think that's one thing that they've done very, very well. And they've created like a really safe space.
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Jola and FK for real. Like I love them. I love them.
They're amazing. They're just hearts of gold.
Yeah. Role models, like actual role models, you know what I mean? And it's not like they never gave like, obviously they have their little things, but they never gave like, you know, there's a judginess that comes with being Nigerian, and I never feel that when I listen to them. So yeah, shout out to them.
Shout out to you. Was that your side A?
That was not my side A. You're always accusing me. That was in compliments to your own side A.
Let's just always point out that Winda has like 2 side A's.
I don't have. You gave your side A, and I was like, hey, yeah, cool. Like I'm also thinking about that stuff. Is that not the fucking point? Girl. But I actually don't know what's on side A for me. I've been listening to a lot of Shadia too. I love her. I really do. I think I kind of forgot for a second, which she's literally right there.
She's right there.
She's literally right there. I just bought that vinyl. But I was listening I was listening to a lot of Shadi this week. I did just buy that when I went to New Orleans.
That's not just, that was in April. That's months
ago. Okay, but it's one of our newer ones. It's one of the last ones I bought. Is it not? Before I bought Fountain Baby, that was like one of the last ones I had bought. It's true. Why am I being accused of lying right now? Because I said I recently bought a Shadia vinyl. Lola, please! Please! Like, why do you have it out for me today? Fuck. Can I just be me?
I'm in the room.
Like, you are, bro, why are you like... You're taking Fallen Angel a little too seriously. Please relax. Please fucking relax, bro. Yeah, Shadi Adu is on side A for me. Yeah. Specifically, what song was rocking my boots this week?
I think I saw one that you were listening to.
The Neptune's remix of Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
Which one?
Oh, it's missing me now.
Hold on. I'm looking in my chat with my little crush because I sent it to...
Not my little crush. Tell us about this little crush, girl.
No, I'm keeping that to myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I was listening to... Is it? Cherish the Day.
Cherish the Day.
Cherish the Day. Such a sweet song. But yeah, that's what I was listening to all week. And yeah, a little bit of Sade, a little bit of Marvin Gaye.
Is that what's inspiring your vibes today?
I guess. I mean, I think look like this though. My go-to, like if I was a cartoon, my go-to outfit would be like a long skirt, some sort of skimpy top, and like either like my hair in a bun or like my hair in a scarf. Like that's like my go-to outfit. I've worn some variation of that like 3 out of 4 episodes. Yeah. Go back and run the footage.
Play it back.
But yeah,
I want to do fan cams for this. I just thought about it.
Are you supposed to make your own fan cams?
No, but I just like...
and then it's like all those like... I would love one. Hey, why not?
Not a fan cam exactly, but just kind of like...
Is it a fan cam if you make it yourself?
No. That's why I said it's not a fan cam exactly.
Oh, also since this is coming out the day after Halloween. So
oh, you guys, that was the ugliest face ever. You have to cut that out. Like,
it's got you. I'm keeping it in.
Please don't keep it in. Oh my god.
But if you went out or you got dressed for Halloween, like I want to see pictures. Or like comment below what you went.
I don't think you guys. Oh, actually,
and I'll post here what our costumes are. Yeah.
And honestly, if you don't know, we're actually the Spooky Sisters.
Yeah.
But if you like, we love Halloween. Halloween is the best day of the year.
Yeah, you know what I'll actually do? I'll put like a little compilation of like our Halloween costumes over the years. Why did you just give me that face?
No. Like in the episode, or like we'll post it on socials.
Both.
Let's just post it on socials.
No, because I said I was gonna put like a picture of like what we went as for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
This year. Okay. Because this comes out the day after Halloween. Why is Lola attacking me? You know what, guys? I'm done. I'm done. Please, let's skip to side B. Enough is actually enough.
Oh, okay, cute.
Okay,
sure. Body joy versus body positivity. That's cute. That's okay.
Cute. Yeah, this is a good one.
Oh, I love you. Like what?
You can pick from now on.
Damn.
Alright, guys. That was a journey, bro. Body joy versus body positivity. This is your handwriting, right?
Yeah, it is.
What were you thinking when you wrote this?
What was I thinking when I wrote this? I was just like, body positivity is just unrealistic.
What do you think is the fundamental difference between body joy and body positivity?
Body joy is feeling comfortable with you as the individual.
Yeah.
Feeling comfortable with however you look like.
Okay.
Whatever weight you are, whatever size you are, you just feel good no matter what. And sometimes that's not every day, but it's like, I feel good. Like it's, I feel happy in the body that I'm in.
And what,
and body positivity is more of this like external, speech, the speech of saying, it's the
you feel like it's like a performed version?
It's the performative version of body joy, which is like, I guess what everybody's been preaching, which is, I think one thing I was really thinking about at the time was the fact that when people who were fat start to lose weight.
Yeah.
And then, but they were like, preaching body positivity and like all of those things.
Yeah.
Like,
suddenly it's like,
and then suddenly everybody's on their ass like, oh,
but you said
this, but you said that. No, they were fine. They were preaching what, was their experience, and they were like, just talking about, I feel like I'm in a mind bubble right now, but like, just talking about like how they feel in the moment and they're comfortable in their skin. I feel like it's really weird for people to be like, why can't people want to be how they want to be? And it's like, I can be comfortable in my skin right now and still be like, oh yeah, but I would like to lose 10 pounds.
Yeah. I feel exactly that way right now, where it's like, I want to lose, I have certain things where I'm like, oof, I could lose this or I could lose that, but my body doesn't make me unhappy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, okay, girl, the back rolls or whatever.
Yeah, it's like,
but I don't feel unhappy about those things. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, yeah, like I could do a little one too, but it doesn't like consume me in a way that I feel like, I feel unhappy about it. And like, obviously I'm not above like being insecure. Days come where I'm like, a girl, like the stomach could be tighter, the butt could be a little higher, you could do this or you could do that. But I guess my version of body joy is like just kind of being like present within that moment with like what I look like and just being, and not living in the version of whatever version of myself I think is the most ideal.
Yeah.
And just like being like, okay, if I'm in this body, then I have to like, I'm not gonna like self-deprecate. And I also think a big part of it is because at the end of the day, like I'm grateful because my body protects me from a lot of things. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a form of like pouring appreciation back to like this form that I've been given, because at the end of the day it's like, I don't know, like this is me and this is the version of me that is presented to the world, so I have to appreciate that. And I have to like not get trapped in that version of like, oh, I could change this and I could change that, I could change this and I could change that. I feel like that's my version of like body joy. I don't necessarily feel like I want to like perform it. You know what I mean? Like I think, and now I feel like it even is manifesting more in the way that I dress, where like I don't mind being covered from head to toe. You know what I mean? Like I'll show a little something, but like I don't mind like my legs being covered, my arms being covered, my head being covered, all of those things. It doesn't make me feel less sexy. But I'm just kind of like, this is where I'm at right now, and I feel good about it. I feel confident about it. Yeah.
And I feel like something that you said just now about like the insecurity, and I feel like one thing I feel like body positivity doesn't give room for is that insecurity. Simultaneously like
happens.
Simultaneously happens while you still have to like, love your curves and all the things. But there's some days where it's like, oh, like I know I want to change this, or I want to change that, and like I feel like I personally have had a really hard time experiencing body joy, like through like my life, probably since I was like 8. Like once I started like actually like gaining weight, like I was very aware of my body, like almost overnight, like instantaneously. I went from skinny to like skinny at like 6 years old to extremely curvy by, not extremely curvy, but like curvy for an 8-year-old.
Not extremely. Are you extremely curvy? Please remind me.
Not extremely curvy, but like curvy for an 8-year-old, like type vibe. And like your aunties and everybody.
I was just about to bring that up, because like now when I look back at it, or I look at pictures of you, you were nowhere near.
It was literally not even that deep.
You were nowhere
like
near.
Now I see it.
Like a normal.
Bro, now that I see it, it's like, oh. But it was very much like when I gained weight, I was made aware that I gained weight. Everybody made it a point to be like, oh, like the amount of times people will call me horrible, like
I feel like that's.
And for a kid, for a child, that's, you start to hear it a lot, and then it starts to stick, and then you start to be like, become like, oh,
you start looking at
yourself, and it's like, so, but then it's like, oh, externally I'm like, oh, but I have to just like still, like, I don't want anyone to think, oh, it's not okay to look like this. So I'm like, oh yes, body positivity, body positivity, body positivity. And while body positivity is great, it's like,
is this a tongue twister for you? Say it. Body positivity, body positivity, body positivity, body positivity. All
right. Body positivity. Oh. Okay. Body positivity, body positivity, body positivity, body positivity, body positivity, body positivity.
Okay, alright. Go on.
Why would you make me do that? No, wasn't that a villainous move?
Girl, you do me, I do you. Man, go vex. You know that the thing about it is, I think that that's one of the biggest ways I think that Black people, like in the Black diaspora, I don't even want to just say like African parents or Nigerian parents, I think they strip innocence from children very early on with comments about their appearance. Yeah. I think that the way that it's just like it's just like a societal norm, not only for like your parents and like your immediate family or like extended family, but it's even normal for like an auntie from church to like comment on your body, and it's like your momsy is not defending you or saying you can't talk about my kid that way.
I honestly wouldn't even like blame anyone, because sometimes it just goes over your head, and the way it happens is so slick, and it's so
but we need to be more mindful, because you know one thing, right? And I'm saying this because I'm not even that old, but even just at like 20 whatever, I'm noticing myself like
20 whatever
27. The general 20s. Yeah. I'm noticing myself like when I see my friends, I'm like, you gained weight too, or you lost weight too, or whatever. Yeah. And like it's like, okay, these are my friends or whatever. It's like whatever, I'm noticing their appearance. But like I'm even starting to like want to curb that a little bit, because I don't want my brain to go there first, where it's like immediately like a comment about like your weight or your body or stuff like that, like just to train my mind, because like it might not have any effect with my friends, but like possibly I might come across somebody else, or then it might be my own kid or like my friends' kids or whatever the case might be, and then I've already made it like a habit of being like, you're looking plump. You're looking, you lost, you've been in the gym. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I really don't like the word plump.
Auntie said that a lot to you for sure.
I said that a lot to you. Like, sure. I just don't like that word. Like, okay, like what next? Like, I just don't. Like now I'm able to be like, what next? But like when I was young, I just felt so and icky.
But like the funny part is you were not plump.
I need to start like I need to start finding like old pictures of myself and like start like showing you
to being like a plus size
at all. Child. But like that's the thing, right?
It's so crazy.
Okay, so I feel like a few episodes ago, and I was like, we'll probably talk about this like in a different day. So I myself have experienced a bit of body dysmorphia. It has been a big thing in my, growing up in my life, like still combating it day by day, super hard. And the way that you're saying that at no point in time was I ever, like plus size, that was not my reality. Yeah. That was not my reality at all from the ages of 8, like I said, till about 18, 19. Like even right now, I'm aware of my body now. Like I feel like I'm able to see myself better now, where it's like, oh yeah, I've been, teaching myself body joy, and I've been teaching myself to just feel comfort in the like body that God has given me, and like just how I am. And it's so much easier. Like it's so much less mental stress thinking about my body all the time, or being the annoying person in the room that's like, like complaining and like, I wish my body looked like this. Oh my god. Oh my. It's so, like like I said, it's okay to want things to be different, but like I don't want it. found myself doing that like almost every time, and or we'll go out and like I would be like, oh, I don't like how I look, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like that. I'm not a fashion girl, so like I like to look good. Just personally, like I always have liked to look good. So it's like I needed to get to a point where it was like, okay, this is just my body.
Yeah.
And like my body right now, thank God, and I'm here and I'm present in it and I look good and like I'll look good regardless. And it's like, do I, would I want this and this and this? Yeah, cool. But I also feel a lot of comfort.
Yeah.
In just where I am. And I feel like that's body joy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just feel like that's the goal.
I think mostly. That I can almost like liken it to like how the natural hair movement kind of became a little dark-sided.
Yeah.
Because one, it became like there was a certain level of like capitalism that just like overtook the movement. Sure. And I think that's happened to like body positivity as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like the natural hair movement was born because of a specific thing, but then, once it becomes widespread and mainstream, people want to profit off of it, which I don't think is necessarily wrong, but then that can bring about a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And I think that brings about a lot of issues when it comes to body positivity.
Yeah.
I also think that it's similar to how the natural hair movement was, because it's kind of this thing where it's like, okay, me like loving me like being okay with like having natural hair means I have to like put all of this time into it and like put all of this performance into it and put all of this, money and resources into it and like perform this like, oh, I love my hair. Yeah. Wash day is such a joy for me. Oh, I love this. Oh, I love the process of that. And it's like when you don't like have that level of like adoration for it on like an outward level, or you complain about like the way that your hair is, or you have bad days when it comes to your relationship with your hair, it's like, oh, like a girl, you hate, like this is self-hate.
This is self-hate.
And it's like, but I'm allowed to love something that I have and also like feel like stressed out about it sometimes. Yeah. So like whether that's my hair or whether that's my body, that's normal. So it's like similar to like body positivity. The moment you start talking about yourself some other way, people are like,
yeah,
this girl came and said like, or even like influencers being like plus size influencers, like, making content or whatever. And it's like, they're not even selling you anything. They're not even selling you body positivity. They're just plus size. They're just fat. And people being underneath their comments being like, oh my God, like, oh, I look just like you, but I could never blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, like I just really, you're so beautiful and I look just like you, but I hate my body. And it's like, what do you now want that person to say?
Yeah. I think the one that I really like hearing a lot, like being said to like my own plus size friends is that, oh, you're so brave. Oh my God. I love your confidence. Love your confidence, yeah. And it's like, but there's an undertone.
There's an undertone to it. It feels backhanded.
And it's like,
it feels backhanded where it's
I
like,
don't get that. Like, and then people will be like, oh, that's them being body
positive. And it's like,
no, like there's always this undertone of like fat phobia or like just even like to skinny people as well. There's a level of like people just like saying things that are like
just backhanded
and like making you aware of like how you are.
And it's almost like telling someone that like their choice to simply just come out
and exist
the same way everybody else did is somehow a bold choice or somehow a brave choice, or like, it was like a feat that they like. Meanwhile, they just again came outside, they presented as them the way we all are, and you're like, oh my God, you're so brave, you're so bold. And I think the idea of body positivity does bring that about, where people want to like shout you out for like being out and plus size. And it's like, okay, bitch, body positivity does not mean that like I need a soapbox to like for like applause every time I just choose to go outside as like a fat person. Like, literally, what are you trying to say?
You know Fanita, right?
Yeah.
She literally lost weight, right? And she pointed it out, and she made a post about this, and she was like, the overwhelming response of people being like, oh my god, you look so good now, you look like this now. And she's like, I look exactly the same. Like, she looks exactly the same. Like, it's the same face. And like, this whole thing of, oh my god, like, was she ugly before? But it's like, you guys really thought she was ugly before she started losing some weight. And that's like, that's so questionable because she looks exactly.
I have a lot of issues with Vanita. I do. But I do acknowledge that is a thing that happens. I have a lot of issues with Vanita, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that definitely was a thing that happened. And it happens, and I feel like people that are, in quotes, body positive become very body negative when people decide to either gain or lose weight. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, I loved you so much because I felt like you represented blah, blah, blah. And like, you're painting someone out to be a sellout because they decided, they made a choice for themselves that they felt like, okay, I want to lose weight or whatever. And now it's like, oh, you can no longer be like my spokesperson. So I hate the choice that you've made for yourself. How is that like?
That literally just happened to Nail
lost weight?
Yeah. Just like a little bit, though.
I've been obsessed with her.
Just a little bit, though. Nothing crazy. And like,
she is so bad.
Literally, oh my god, love her. Jesus. Love you so much, Nail. Like,
that has been one of like my biggest crushes on Instagram for a long time. Love her.
Please. But people being like, oh, like, why would you do this? Like, I really looked up to you. I'm like,
and it's like, what kind of,
this is not
like,
your body.
You cannot take people's autonomy away just because like, you felt like they were like some sort of beacon or whatever. That is fine, but you can't. It still comes down to the same concept of like parasocial relationships that we were talking about, where it's like you can't turn around and use my choices against me because body positivity is supposed to mean that I have autonomy to look the way that I want to look, to feel the way that I want to feel. Why does that change when I decide to make a choice that maybe you haven't made for yourself, or you feel like it goes against what you thought like my message was? You know what I mean? Like, especially because these people, Fanita is still plus size.
Yeah, she's like, still plus size. Like, she lost a little weight. Like, she lost a lot of weight, but she's still plus size. But there's this whole, oh my god, I can't believe, why?
I don't know.
It's really, I don't know. I think society like has created this like really complex energy around weight and around like people's bodies. Like people's bodies are constantly being under like a microscope, and what they can like, either like laws they can impound on it, or, you know, expectations that they can like, you know, just make up and be like, oh, you need to look like this, or you need to feel like this, or you have to be this to be fit and healthy. It's like, it's a lot of rah-rah, I think, that goes around like just how people's bodies should work, even down to like reproductive rights.
Yeah, I think the concept of beauty has like, even as it's evolved, it always goes back to the same cycle of like capitalizing off of it, especially with women kind of being at the forefront of like the natural hair movement, body positivity, all of those types of things. As long as it's kind of like led by women, people come in and want to like pick it apart and figure out ways to capitalize upon it and figure out ways to police how that ends up looking, and how they can like, what they can latch onto, and what they decide is, you know, is palatable versus not palatable. It just always kind of happens that way whenever, especially women within marginalized groups, you know, so if it's Black women, or if it's plus size women, or if it's whatever, it's gonna get policed regardless, because like the idea of beauty is just such a capitalist like concept, and it's like honestly a white supremacist concept. So whenever it has to come out of like the confines of what has been said is valid, it needs to be policed, and it needs to be like, there need to be guardrails around it. And like, I feel like we need to start thinking about how we as like consumers and we as like people, just engaging with stuff on social media, like play into those types of things. You know what I mean? Because I don't think people realize the impact that can have.
Yeah. And they kind of just like, I think at the end of the day, like these organizations, these like, the people who are leading, the capitalist movement, they study consumer behavior. Do. So it's like they know exactly
your actions don't happen in a vacuum.
They know what to pick and choose and like how to tailor things to sell it to you to be like, oh, this is what it has to be. Or and this is how you consume it. Or this is what you want it to be. To look like, it's like that's it feels like your free will sometimes, and it's not really. But I feel like the aim should be body joy rather than, what right now we're defining as body positivity.
And you don't feel pressure to perform any version of like, I feel this way, but I need to show people that I feel that way. I need to say it to people. I need to post it on social media that this is what I'm about. Like, just be you.
And some days it's not as, it's not as good as the days that you're about to be like,
like I want to show this off, and that's valid too.
Like, no,
that's valid too. Like, it's okay. There's room for insecurity in body joy. I think there's room for all that. I think it's just a matter of like how you choose to let that affect you, and
how you feel. It's your body, and it's how you internally feel. That's body joy, and whatever that looks like per day is what it is. Okay. Sometimes it's not actually joy. It's just
it might just be some days it might just be acceptance. Some days it might just be tolerance. Some days it might be insecurity, but some days it might be joy. And I think that the spectrum of emotions when it comes to the ways that our body looks, especially because it's such a like, it's what people can see. So it's so like, you're being perceived like to like the highest level. So like, I get it, it can be all consuming, but you're gonna be okay. Y'all are bad bitches regardless, and like, just remind yourself of that.
You a bad bitch. You a bad bitch. I don't know. It's a complicated topic for me, I would say, like, for sure, which is why I wrote it down. Mm-hmm. But it's day by day, man. That's all I have to say. If you're out there and you're experiencing, like eating disorders or body dysmorphia, like, I empathize, and just know, like, take care of yourself. Like, start listening to your body and start actually listening to your body, and just take care of yourself. It's better to take care of yourself than to, kind of give in to any expectation or any like external validation or anything like that. So
and it's easier said than done. And I think we can all just be a little more mindful about how we consume each other's appearances, I would say. But
just be a little more. I don't say be.
I feel like the moral of the story for every episode that we have is like, be more mindful.
Be more mindful. I mean? Yeah, like, just I don't want to bring up empathy again, but like,
empathy. No, truly, this is a perfect example. Empathy, for sure.
It's just everything is day by day, and like, we all individually knew that. So like, let's just kind of like share that to other people, like that grace.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and extend grace to yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Anyway, guys. That's been Side A, the podcast. Loaded Side B. For once. I mean, I feel like Side Bs are usually...
Okay. What's the one before that? Mm-hmm.
Somewhat Loaded Side B. But that doesn't matter because that's kind of the order of the day over here.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for listening. And be sure to leave a comment if you like the episode. Share it. Post about it. Follow us on social media at Side
Send
A
us your
Pod.
side. What's on side A for you guys? We're gonna keep on asking.
I'm gonna keep asking.
Send.
Also, I feel like I've never actually said this, but what was I gonna say? Oh, we're taking dilemmas. If you guys want advice or you want to gossip or whatever the case might be, there'll be a link in the description box. There's also a link in our link tree. So
our link
go over
tree
there.
is loaded, guys. Like literally, go check it out.
And it's anonymous, so don't worry. I won't know who you are. And yeah, we can do something.
Also, we have a playlist out. Go listen to that right now. Listen to that. Yeah, Side A the playlist.
Gag is not even. It'll be out at the point.
It'll be out by the when the episode is out. That's why I said we have a playlist out.
Okay, let me not ruin the illusion. Let me not ruin the illusion. Never mind.
You already ruined the fucking illusion.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Heart, y'all. Who's the villain actually of this episode? If you've gotten to this point, comment and let us know who you think the villain is, because it's definitely Lola, but I want to see what you guys think. Anyway, until next Wednesday or the Wednesday after.
I won't say anything. But happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!